Well, hey, folks, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Good evening, everybody. Good morning. Good afternoon, depending on where you are. Everybody can relate. Don't be a minion. It takes guts to be an individual. It really does. And by individual, I don't mean copying others, being a sheep. Jesus calls us sheep. He said, oh, you are like sheep, you've gone astray. But the problem comes in, good morning, Cheryl. Yes, ma'am. I'm a morning person by nature, Cheryl. It's the best time of the day. It's when all the clowns are sleeping. You don't hear any of that wretched rap, bass, garbage, sewage music. It's the best part of the day. It's interesting. The devil is busy in the evening, but even the devil's clowns get tired. Hi, Nikki. Nikki's up early too. Yeah, same here. Hello, Colette. Hello, Frizzle. How are you? And welcome. Yeah, we've covered this. It's like beating a dead horse. I'm different. Get a lot of hate for that. But it takes guts to stand up and look at yourself in the mirror and go, you know what? I like the way I am. I don't like my flaws. But people can be brutal. They can say some horrible, scathingly nasty things. But you have to read between the lines. Who is saying it? What is their motive? What is their own life like? What is the perspective that they're coming from? You see, context will always define the who is telling you something. Sometimes there are some people that they're embarrassed because they wouldn't do it. Some people are embarrassed because they still haven't grown up and matured, and they value the opinions of others more than God. I think it's interesting that Jesus said, if anybody's ashamed of him, he'll be ashamed of him. I mean, that's interesting. When you choose to be different, like when you push the envelope and get over your inhibitions and dress as I do, yeah, you're going to get a lot of feedback. But what's interesting is all the accusations that I'm gay and I'm woke, and as Corn Pop said, my queer clothes. I didn't know there was such a thing as a queer wardrobe. I don't wear drag. Maybe I ought to start a queer clothes store. Might make a lot of money. And it wouldn't be what people think. It'd be odds and ends and stuff where women and men come in going, oh my gosh, I love this place. Sometimes out of trial, gold mines have been established. Some people have gotten rich because an idea was birthed out of the struggle. Inventions were made because of necessity, because men said, you know what? I'm really sick and tired of hitching that steel thing to the back of the horse and doing my fields that way. So somebody said, tractor. Let's make a tractor. Some people were bored and they were fingering a rock in the backyard. And some guy said, what a boring rock. I wonder what it looked like with these little eyes on it. Ha, pet rock. Yeah, made millions. Now I'll probably never be wealthy, but wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be a hoot? That's right, Colette. People hide behind the screen. But what if it's your own family member? What if it's your own loved one? You're embarrassing me. I have to co-sign for this. I didn't ask you to co-sign for my lifestyle. You don't talk to me. Even before I did this, you don't respond to texts or calls, and a year goes by, and now all of a sudden you're all about the way I live? Oh, glad you're showing love now. You have to weigh context. We're not even in the same location. And your friends don't like it, so therefore you don't feel comfortable. That's awesome. I'm glad your peers have more weight on you than the Almighty. But I'm going to stop because I could go on. Judgment is something I have lived with my whole life. My mother, who adopted me, was extremely judgmental. I never knew what the word project means. I knew what a projector was. I remember when the teacher would roll out the old reel-to-reel projector and we like, movie in the house. Movies in the classroom was meaning no classwork, no homework. Yeah. Most of the movies we saw were boring. They were old, outdated 1950s science films with a guy bald-headed with dark horn-rimmed spectacle glasses. Today we're going to talk about the relationship of hydrogen with water. Oh, this ought to be a great film. Film. Why did they call it a film? A film is another gross word. Now we call it video. Make a little video, put it in a suitcase. That's good. People should see this stream because it should challenge everybody to think outside the box. People that live in a box are not comfortable with this. People that want community love it. That's right. You're right, Colette. But meanwhile, they hurl their daggers and spears from their lofty castles and the ramparts. That's what I'm addressing. You may not understand it, but maybe you just need to quit trying and go on about your life. Those that judge me, I could easily hurl insults back. It's easy to do. Because often when people are judging, there's this glaring inconsistency in their own life. And they don't see that. Thinking of loved ones, that they don't see the error of their ways, or the damage they've done, or the scars they've left. But now all of a sudden, they're on a vendetta about the way Michael's dressed. It would be comical if I could stand outside myself and go, you're on the Titanic and it's sinking, and you're laughing that I'm on the Carpathia, which is a smaller ship that isn't as grand, and you're going, pah, you're on that old steamer. Yeah, the one that's going to come and rescue your sorry butts after that one goes down. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes. And that's an analogy of the truth. For all the judgment I got, guess who showed up when there were problems? Guess who showed up and fixed the debt and the bills and the irresponsible train wrecks that my ex made? Yeah, we could go on and on. And I'm so bad, but guess who cleaned up the financial disasters? It really bothers me. I'd love to unpack this, and maybe one day I just will. The ex made some major decisions after we were divorced that cost her hundreds of thousands of dollars. Thank God I was in Colorado to avert for her a financial debacle. If I'd have been in Hong Kong, she would have been, well, F apostrophe deed. And still to this day goes on about Michael. And it just blows me away because people that know me and know what I've been through and know what I did. Are you sure she's a Christian? I said, of course. You can't dismiss somebody's Christianity just because they act like a yutz. Sometimes the most godliest people are the ones that don't talk about it. I remember Roger Hill. He was a school teacher at Lincoln Elementary in Duluth. He had a drop-dead gorgeous Italian wife. I mean, kahunas. She worked at Glassblock as a cosmetologist. She had Elle magazines scattered all over her bathroom floor. I know because I worked on their house when they were gone, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is soft porn. Elle magazine has some of the most beautiful women in it. Way better than Cosmo and all that other stuff. And they were the nicest people to me. He told me what he needed done and he'd go to school. And I rode the bus and he said, I'll tell you what, when I get done, we'll check on the work and I'll drive you home. And he paid me $8 an hour in 1989. You know, $8 an hour was a lot of money. He gave me a small black and white TV. You know, and I felt bad because when the summer came, he had me mow his backyard and he had this nice candy apple red old lawnmower and it was so cool. And I didn't see the roots sticking up. And I hit it and it bent the propeller shaft and I felt awful. I was expecting the wrath of Khan to come down. And he was just as calm as can be. He says, well, looks like the shaft has been. I said, Roger, I'm so sorry. He said, yeah. He said, those roots are real close to the surface and you got to watch that. I felt horrible because Roger was so kind. He said, I've got another mower. But I felt bad. This one was so cool looking. But he never lambasted me. And most people would make a comment. Yeah, I don't know where Roger really stands. He goes to church, but he's pretty quiet about his faith. And I said, well, I know where he stands. He helped me when I needed help at my most. He gave me a job, showed Christian kindness and love. A lot of people talk about God. A lot of people claim to do this or that or go downtown and pray for people, do this. But there's glaring inconsistencies. And guess what? I have them too. But grace comes down every so often and it causes you to go, you know, Lord, thank you that Roger didn't get mad at me. I feel horrible. I wasn't being reckless. I was careful. We're supposed to reflect God. And because of what I've been through, I tend to lean more on the judgment of God. That I tend to view God as a old man peering over the balcony, waiting to zap me in the butt cheeks with a bolt of lightning because of what I went through, because of what I grew up in. And I was thinking of this the other day. There's a song. Yet his banner over me is love. His banner over me is love. And God is grace. You're looking at a man, dude, what is there to understand? Are you missing the message? Are you even listening to the message? Are you focused on the peripherals? You only need to worry about peripherals when you're in the woods and there's grizzly bears, okay? I still reflect back on Roger and Julie Hill. Roger was a very kind man. He almost dressed a little bit like Mr. Rogers. He was very conservative in the way he carried himself. He was not the kind of man you run in, "Hey, Roger, how you doing?" My energy would be a bit much for the man. He says, "Mike, I bought this antique stained glass window and I want to do some repairs on it. What do you think?" And I was looking at this beautiful work of art. I was like, ooh. His wife came in. She was Italian. "Roger, did you put the clothes in the dryer like I asked you?" "No, Julie, I'm sorry. I forgot I got busy." She went off in front of Michael. "Wow, I asked you to do that and you couldn't even get that done." And he very quietly and calmly, did not get feathers ruffled at all, says, I'm sorry. I got busy and I forgot." And she drilled him in front of me. I'm standing there going, woo, baby, she's going off. I thought, yeah, she's hot, but look at that temper. She slammed the door and stormed into the house out of the garage. And Roger, with this serious Minnesota face, said, "Yeah, Michael, I like to putz. I like to putz, and I forgot to do it." I just laughed inside. This guy's so freaking calm about everything. I wish I could be like that. I'm more like the cat that put his paw in the electric socket. This is my personality. Something happens, I'm like, Roger was an example, not because he forced it, because Roger wasn't like everybody else. He didn't dress like I did. I thought he had to be a good school teacher. He had patience. He was calm. And it's true. A gentle answer turns away wrath. He stood there facing his Italian woman going off in Italian regalia. I wanted to strike up the band in the background. Oh, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Funiculi, funicula. Tossing pasta in the colander in the background. Julie go, "Mike, what are you doing back there?" "Perspective, Julie." Julie was hot. But let's talk about contrast. Julie was nice to my friend Jeff. Jeff was also Italian, but Jeff was not attractive. Jeff had severe acne on acne all his life. Needless to say, it didn't help his face. But Julie would chat with him. She didn't flirt with him. And Jeff was flaming gay. And I said, "Jeff, look at Julie. She's beautiful." "She doesn't move me, Mike. I know that she's beautiful. I can acknowledge that. But a woman doesn't move me." He truly was the definition of gay. And he would comment about the looks of certain men and say, "Why would anybody do anything with that?" And I almost said to him, "Why would anybody do anything with you? Have you looked in the mirror? You and I are friends, not because I'm attracted to you. And mark this, flaming gay, he and I never did nothing. He never saw me with my pants off. He never put his hands on me. The thought of that was repulsive. Jeff was my friend. He got saved. Unfortunately, as life went on, Jeff pursued Christianity the same way he pursued homosexuality, with intensity. He would make love with his male lovers in the house in front of his wife. She'd come home from work, and there's Jeff sprawled out in the living room with his shaft up another guy's rumpus. Can you imagine a wife coming home and seeing all that? Right there. And she went into the kitchen like Roger, fixed her dinner, ate her food, and then went downstairs. Man, if I came home and I saw that and I was a woman, I go, what the hell are you doing? And she was dysfunctional. Who's the clown in here running his mouth? Jose. Jose, can you see you've been banned from the room because you're being a first-class jerk and you're not even listening to the conversation? What am I eating? This. Why am I wearing this? Because I like it and it feels good. Any other questions you want to ask so you can get through all the mental traps that are barring you from hearing discourse? Were you one of those kids who couldn't pay attention in class? Or were you staring at the teacher's clothing and going, yeah, you were one of those. Gotcha. Who wasn't listening? I can't hear anybody. There's Sia. If you're talking about me, you know I get on a rant. I can't hear any of you. Unless I turn my face and read the chat, I'm not understanding. Are you talking to me or are you talking about somebody else? Larcia, you know me. I need context so I understand. Hi, Larcia. I didn't even know you came. Wow, you came in here early. I'm shocked. Welcome. This is why sometimes I turn off the chat, because people get offended. Grown people get offended and think I'm ignoring them. They fail to see that I interact with chat 99.9% of the time, but sometimes I go off on a tangent. What was the question? Oh my gosh. What is, everybody keeps saying you asked a question. What question? Because I can't see it. Hi, Neek. I mean, instead of saying the question, tell me what it was and I'll answer it. Boom. People. If it's the same question that I get asked all the time, it's getting old. Yeah, the same question. Why do I wear girl clothes? They're not girl clothes. I'm wearing them, so they're guy clothes. Why do grown men have such an OCD over what Michael wears? Go to the Toilet Seat Guys channel. Go to the Triangle Guy channel and all the other weird stuff out there and ask them why they're doing what they're doing. Exactly. Do I like Skibbity Toilet? I don't even know what it is. Thank you, Fox. Shoot, a guy complimented my nipples the other day. I'm like, what do you do with that? He said, I like the beads on you, including the ones around your neck. I'm like, beads? I'm like, oh, okay. Somebody has a nipple fetish. I said, well, thank you. I don't know what to make of that, but I like them too. They're on my chest. Yes, I like my nipples. I had a young lady years ago in the pool, a 9-year-old girl. Mike, how come men have nipples? I looked at her and I said, it's an awkward question. I don't know. But wouldn't we look weird without them? I think you're right. I said, good, safe answer. Because, they don't breastfeed babies. You're 9 years old and you're going all into this. Okay. So he wasn't banned. I thought he was. And I didn't. I just see a commotion. And I'm like, well, what the hell's going on? So I don't have context either. I said banned because I thought he was. I wasn't implicating anybody. Is everybody jumping on Colette? Why are we doing that? Hey, Up, how are you? It does. It does. And it's boys who bring it up. It is boys who fixate on it. It's boys who troll. Men, boys. Actually, men that are trolling are boys. Trolling is unproductive. And if Jose is asking a genuine question, I'm sorry if I took that out of context. You have to realize I'm a little battle jaded because there's been a lot of hate in here. So I'm sorry if I slighted you. Good morning, Ricky. Hey, SR Nation, how are you? I haven't seen you in a minute. And yet you got gay men walking down the streets of America holding hands and kissing. That's what I don't understand. People are shocked when they see me talking reasonable and I'm wearing this top, but they're not shocked about rising crime, rising violence, rising prices. That doesn't even register a pulse. That bothers me. I'm a homeowner. My taxes are going up. My utilities are going up. My groceries are going up. Now, that's something to get all worked up about. Michael wearing a pink shirt or no shirt. I was sitting here with no shirt, and guys, you need to put on a shirt. Who died and left you was my mom. I think people video, it gets old. It's stupid. Hey, plebex. I don't have a problem answering a question, but they want to derail the stream and focus on a shirt. Of course they do, because they put people in a box. I've been judged my whole life, and that's why I do what I do. It doesn't matter what I do. I look like a conservative. Since I started doing this, I have more pretty women talking to me now than before. Since I started doing this, my confidence is boosted up there, and I could give a rat's patootie about what people think out there. And if I want to go to the flea market I won't wear the pink one, but I'll wear my black or red one with the chain. And it's like nobody out there in public has said a word to me. Why is that? Why, when I've been at the flea market or the stores, nobody's walked up? Why are you wearing that? They only do that in here, which proves something. People feel bold to come into chat and ask intrusive questions. They won't do it out there. I'm in a mostly black society. I've got some stares by some black men, both lustful and hateful. But nobody's walked up and said, yo, why are you dressed like that? Nobody. Nobody. I find that interesting. They come in here on the computer and it's retarded. It's funny. I feel self-conscious eating a banana because, it looks like a phallic symbol. I've never sucked somebody's banana in my life. Never. Now, a woman's breast, that's hot. I love nipples and I cannot lie. I have no other alibi. Hey, Jessica, how are you? I like that, the duplicity. Thank you for using an articulate word. Very well put, Jason. I like that. Yes, and supposedly, Jessica, David Bowie had some gay flame going on. He was friends with Elton John, and guess he liked seeing the ladyboys in Thailand. And I experienced the ladyboy in Hong Kong. I was curious. And people would struggle with that. You just said you're not gay, but you did this. Because I'm not gay. Gay is a lifestyle. Gay is a state of mind. Into men. Only into men. The Femi Voice. The Rainbow Coalition. There's times I feel the distance of having not dated in 7 years, not in Augusta here, but sometimes you'll see an androgynous model and you're like, wow, he's good looking. But knowledge is power. Men smell different. They don't smell good. Their BO is nasty. They got hair all over. They don't express the way a woman does. They cannot meet my needs. They can't give me what I need. I mean, two guys standing around jacking each other off is fun. It seems a little weird, but it's fun. And then you go on, but it's like, okay, I did that. What the hell was I thinking? I do talk about the guy wearing a toilet seat because he's acting irrational. If you ever hear a rational thought coming out of my mind, let me know. There's 7,900 people here. Subs, not here present. And you're going to tell me all 7,900 are, off the wall? Of course he's making money. So are a bunch of channels that are ridiculous. And I talked about that. If you listen to my videos, Lara Shia, you haven't been here. I did a video called A Ladyboy in Hong Kong. And that was a long time ago. Lara Shia, you know I've been brutally honest on here. Not anal. Video, let me ask you a question before I answer that. Your obsession with this, is that rational? Or is that a borderline disorder? I don't know what you're trying to tell me. What do prostitutes have to do with any of what I'm talking about? Zero. But this is good. Let's get into this. Honestly, I don't know why anyone would suck a guy's penis, because the chance for germs and smells and odors, I don't understand the turn on down there. But that's me. I'm satisfied going into a woman and doing intercourse with a woman. I've had women suck me off and I didn't make them or ask them to do it. They wanted to, but I like it better being inside of them than their mouth on it. Just saying. I like my mouth on her nipples. Like a remora on a shark. And people fixate on this. So the end justifies the means. Because toilet seat guys making money, that's okay, but because I'm wearing women's clothes, it really causes consternation among men. Why do men come in here and stay in here if they have a problem with it? That's the psychology that needs to be unpacked. Not what I'm doing, but the psychology of staying here, arguing about it, debating it, trying to make a case that there's something wrong with me when this channel's growing and people are comfortable to be themselves. That there's even gay and lesbian people that come here that don't agree with everything, but they like the fact that they can come here and see my honesty and talking about the Bible and talking about conservatism. How many conservatives have that platform? How many Christians have that platform? You know, you got Christians and conservatives. Oh, you're one of these. And I talk about Democrats. They'll write us off because we voted for Trump. But conservatives will write off a wokie. How are you going to change society if you don't have any influence on them? Hating them and railing against them isn't going to do it. You know, and I'm learning something through all this. I be who I am because I like to wear this. What else is there to define? You can yell, you can scream, you can rant, you can quote scripture. I like it. Therefore, I do it. Am I killing people? Am I Ponzi scheming people? Am I selling drugs? Am I not paying my taxes? No, I work my ass off and go to work. And none of you clowns that go on about my clothing, none of you clowns get the compliments I do. And I'm not talking about this. Just in the last couple weeks, the president of the company and my supervisor said, in the 6 years I've worked here, I've never witnessed a guy work as hard as you. And he was making jokes about northern people. And I said, the reason my work ethic is good is because I'm not from the South. Number one. Number two, God gave me a gift that most people my age don't have, and it was unbounded energy and a high metabolism. People like to focus on my top. And men are the ones that go on about it, the obsession with it. If I think somebody like toilet seat guy, I've left a couple of comments once, and that's it. I'll just glance and see. One day he was talking without the seat. He seemed somewhat rational. Then yesterday I saw him and he's yelling at everybody with the toilet seat on again. I'm like, what is the point of this? But I leave him alone. He's got a fan club. Larry Shea doesn't like me dressing this way. And I love Larry Shea. But I can't be like everybody else. And so I stopped trying. Hello, Matthew. How are you? Video, I'm understanding your point. You're going round and round like a toilet bowl. It's just the same floaties circulating and they're not going down. You got some mental issue and you want to go on about it. Why? You're not even listening to what we're talking about. You want to derail the stream, and that's what they do. And I have to spend time dealing with the derailers. I got a train to run through this track. And sometimes I got to have the attitude, stand in the way, you're just going to get kicked out of the room. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But I'm not going to change to be like video. I don't want to be like you. I don't want to be like anybody else. I tried to live that way my whole life and it doesn't work. Chance, I did it 2 months ago. It was frizzing out on me. I still got a lock of it on my dresser. Well, video, why don't you go find another channel? You just want to argue. You want to be the man of the channel. See ya. Have a good day. I'm done. Peace out. You know, I have a right to comment on things, but I don't go on and on week after week on Toilet Guy. I have lately. It's part of my shtick. There's channels that go on about me. Go to them and ask them why do they go on about me, but you won't. You won't. So, anyways, the point is, just as an example, that when you be who you are, you're going to take a lot of heat online. Online. And I've said this over and over. And people don't listen to this, except those of my regulars who like intellectual content and like to think deeper. Take a look at the people that dress for success in this country. Who are the ones screwing up the economy? Who are the ones screwing up Washington? Are they people dressed like me? Not at all. Not at all. They wear suits and ties. They got college degrees. They got upper end homes. They got huge bank accounts. And I've learned something. It's not the working class of America that's the threat to this country. It's the veneer people. The veneer. How you doing? I'm doing well. Yep, got my degree. I like your suit. Those are the ones that are a danger to our society. There is no hypocrisy in my logic. Video, you are going on and on and on about it. There's no hypocrisy. How is there hypocrisy? People are attacking the toilet seat guy, almost all of them. That's not the case here. I was just saying the other day, the trolls have died way down from the beginning because there's a growing number of people that want to hear content, which my channel gives more than some of these others. Those aren't content. They're just circus sideshows. That's it. I don't hate toilet seat guy. That's a difference. He's not doing anything to harm anybody or promote hatred. I just comment because I'm like, why? Anyways, video, you need to make a channel. That would be a good idea for you. But they do, video. And I'm not attacking him. I'm just asking why. Are you saying I don't have the freedom of speech to ask that? Because I answer them and they go on and on and on, indicating their hatred and contempt. Hey, Gio, how are you? Well, thank you, Michael. I think it's funny that the views increase when I'm dressed like this. That's not why I did it in the origin. I did this because I like the feel. Shoot. Maybe we ought to just put it out there some more. Stand by, viewers. If you can watch everybody else, you can watch this. So much fun. Oh my gosh. Feels colder outside today, man. Oh, I gotta move 10 of these to get to one. Awesome. There. This is even more comfortable. This is sweet. I love the satin feel. Thank you, Matthew. Larishia, how come you're not answering me when I speak to you? Why? This is actually not a dress. It's just a top. But I love it. This was $2. Man, Vision, you've got an obsession with this. Now you're after Colette. Do my moderators have the freedom to act? What do you think this is? You think this is a government in here? You think that the voice of you should take precedence over my moderators and their decisions? And if my moderators make mistakes, they're usually pretty good about correcting it. I don't need to question Colette unless she was tossing everybody out. What are you doing? And we've had a few do that, and I had to question them, and they become great moderators, but I haven't questioned Colette because Colette has seen people go on and on about this, and we're tired of it. Yeah, I'm about to. One more Vision, and you're done. Yeah, one of my other mods. Okay, so again, why you just want to fight? You know what? I'm gonna time you out 24. And that's what I can do. Guess what? That's called prerogative. I'm done. You want to derail the stream. You were successful. Goodbye. Larishia, what is going on with you and me? What is going on? I sense that all of a sudden I feel like you're turning against me. What have I done to you? What is going on? Hey, cute kitty. Good morning, Miss Miller. How are you? Oh, I just feel some ugly crap in here this morning. See, I'm reading what Colette said. He had asked and was answered 3 times. Why are your feelings hurt, Larishia? What is going on? What is happening here? Colette made a decision. Did you in the beginning make decisions? Did I ever jump on you? Did you kick people out? Did I question and cross-examine you? Why are we doing this? I allowed you all to grow with it and learn by your own sometimes. I got on Sam a few times in the beginning, but he's been really good. Hey, Fox, I can see you. It is cute, kitty, kitty, and good morning to you. I'm getting the feeling, did you question Colette? And Vision Dude is going on and on and on, and I feel like there's some little coup d'etat going on in the room here. I'll tell you what, we'll do this. Colette, did Larishia accuse you of banning wrongly? Yes or no? Am I missing something? I need some facts. Court is in session. Let's go. The People's Court. I'm Judge Wapner. Let's get the facts here. All right, Ricky, have a good one. Thank you. Hey, Pam, how are you? So, Larishia, it's okay to question, but book 'em, Dan. Judge Wapner could be so crusty. I used to love that show. Dun dun. The plaintiff is seeking damages, claims she was unduly kicked out of the apartment even though she had paid her rent. She noted that the landlord did not do the repairs, and when she threatened to turn him into the building inspector, he then kicked her out. She is suing for $1,503. The landlord claims tenant left holes in the walls, did not pay her rent, and cussed him out again and again. Dun dun. Ghost, that's funny. Yep, we're done. Larishia, I love you. I love Colette. I love Cheryl. Can we kiss and make up? Please? Larishia had been with me a long time. Well, I didn't see it, Larishia, and I would hope that you would have said, hey, sometimes when he's speaking, he doesn't always see the comments. But I can agree with Colette. He said he likes wearing it. That's all. I mean, just some coaching. Larishia, I like you. I'm not here to be punitive. But she did answer him 3 times, and I didn't see it. You know this happens. You know that people get all, he doesn't even read the comments. Man, this is why sometimes you'll see me do a video and then everybody's going, the chat isn't working. The chat isn't working. How come the chat isn't working? I can't leave any comments. I mean, I could just go to that. I could just get on my stream, do my rant, because I noticed something the other day. I'm going to be very honest with what I'm about to say. You know why I chat with you all? Because of my communities. Thank you, Sam. I love the way it feels. I have come that close to turning off chat. The views go even higher because I'm raw, unfiltered, and people like that. Oh, I'm sure there's people, who is this guy? But they're listening. The chat, and I had E-Rock tell me, one of his own relatives tunes in. He says, I love Mike's channel, but the chatters, these trolls, sidetrack him, and that really bothers me. They interrupt his flow. Larishia, you better tell me you love me. I don't need feelings hurt. We're bigger than that. You're my babe. So everybody, let's relax, please. You're not a distraction, Colette, and I don't need you walking out. Sea pickle, I like that. She has. Back to what I was saying. We're just going to let the dust fall. I'm done with this. You see what happens? All this is because Michael's being himself. All this stems from me daring to be different. All this little drama because I dare to be different. People, Colette was allowed to answer for me. She did nothing wrong. Nothing. Yes, I have a little bi side, absolutely, but I'm not gay. I like women. Ask any of them in here. I flirt with them all the time. I've had low points in my life, curiosities, but a guy, I could never be gay. It's just not my thing. I could not date, live with, sleep with a man. I think there are times, well, I know for me, there are times, I haven't dated in almost 8 years now. And it's a funny thing when you're very sexually promiscuous, which I very much was, you can be without for so long, you can wear a thin pair of shorts and the breeze blows and you get a woody over it. Sometimes the thought of somebody coming over and giving me a deep rub down would be really nice. Whether it's a man or a woman, I don't care. But the whole gay thing where you're, doing anal sex, no, I've never done that. I've had guys that want to, said, no thanks. That's gross. For me, it was more touching. It's more curiosity and on the edges exploration. Guy who had a smooth, beautiful chest, no hair. Some men are beautiful. Androgynous men with long hair to have feminine features are beautiful. I'm not talking about gay men that talk in the femi voice. I'm talking about like European models that are extremely hot. And the thing I like about my channel is I can be honest and people they have these, it's like their circuit board can't handle that. Wait a minute, he's a Christian, he's a conservative, he voted for Trump and he's talking about this. What the hell? They can't grasp it. And I get that because America likes to slot things in a box. I work in a warehouse. We have different sized boxes. And I went to my supervisor the other day and I said, We sell a lot of these, and these boxes are too big or too small. Is there any way? He goes, I can order stuff. If you want to get me dimensions and you feel a box would be better, we can do that. I said, yeah, I have to cut down the box for some of these, which is a waste of a 24 by 24 by 24. We need pancake or pizza boxes. This thing's 24 inches long, but it's that wide. And I'm wasting an entire box to ship it to cut down on the freight. This is a problem with America. We think in a box. We got certain boxes in our mind. The other day, I grabbed a 13 by 7 by 7. It was a fuel pump regulator. Very heavy, but it was more narrow and it was oblong and it fit in there perfect. And I wrapped it in the paper or the bubble wrap or whatever. Then you got things that are 106 pounds. A giant steel plate that mounts with a big piston ring for a boom hoist for pulling in equipment. The other day I had to individually wrap clutch brake discs, 100 and something of them, because the customer turned them back that they had surface rust, and our shop cleaned them all up, and he says, go ahead and wrap each one of them. I said, oh, the customer's going to have a fit when he's got to wrap every one of these. And he goes, well, he sent it back and fussed, and that's his problem. A lot of stuff that they buy is AR, as removed. Some stuff is new. Some stuff is overhauled. We got stuff all the way back to the damn 50s. It was like, wow. Larishia, I love you. And I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. I never, ever want to hurt your feelings. Never. Thank you, David. And I don't care if a man's attracted to me. Okay? No, I don't want some man's semen squirting all over me. I'm not into that. I just have moods. I have tides of the ocean like a woman does. There are times I woke up in my bed just feeling very aroused and thoughts. I'm like, where did that come from? And I just admit it. And I do care about you, Larishia. I do. When you're not here, I'm bummed. You hear me say that all the time. I don't expect everybody to agree with me. And maybe Vision makes a good point. I just had questions about toilet and some others. They're making more money than I am. And all I was saying is that people will pay for a lot of stuff that to me is ridiculous. This, no. I could name all the people that contributed, but I don't want to embarrass them. Larishia, and I understand that. My vision is changing too. It's bad. And it changed a few years ago, and it seems to have stopped and stayed at the same. No, Pam, the puzzle, this one's a hard one. It's 50s, 60s, 70s records and music, and it's quite a collage of color, and it's a harder one to do. Lord, we do pray for Larishia. We take it for granted that we have our health, can see. We pray that you give her your peace and be with her during this time with her eyesight. giving her problems. Thank you that she's been faithful to the channel. Thank you that she comes in here. Thank you for reminding me through Lara Shia of the beauty and diversity. Thank you for reminding me in Lara Shia that there's good people in all races, in all ethnicity. Thank you for the value she's brought to the channel, that we all look forward to seeing her too. We pray that you'd have mercy on her eyes. But if you don't, we pray that you'd surround her with your love and your peace and provide for her. I've often said if I lost my sight, I feel like I'd be done, and that's not true. You're the Lord. You're God over all, even the infirmities that we face. Help Lara Shia to rest in that she's with you in heaven one day. Her eyesight will be a perfect 20/20. Be with her during this time. Thank you for the value she brings to us. We pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. That's when I wish I was rich. I don't want a mansion, but if I had a mansion, then it'd be to help people like her. So come live in the house for free. We'll be a community for you. I wish I could do stuff like that. That'd be awesome. Even if we lose our capacities, we're not without worth. God puts people in our lives for a reason. It should be to appreciate what we have and to be thankful. Thanksgiving's coming up. Every man and woman here, be thankful you have your damn eyesight. Every man and woman, be thankful you have your eyesight. But even if you lose it, allow God to be your eyes. I get annoyed that the channel's dragged into this crap because I choose to be different. But I need to suck it up, Buttercup, and just deal with it. And to all my chatters and viewers, I'm sorry if I don't always see the comments. I'm not, people just make an automatic, oh, he's ignoring me. I'm not. Anybody that knows me knows that when I'm on a thought, I'm going to finish that for a while before I zero in on the chat. And I have chat and I allow chat because I care about this community. Y'all not paying my salary. I got to go to work every day. I love you guys because I love you guys, men and women. I don't care if men think I'm sexy. As long as everybody's respectful, I don't care. I'm different than most Christians. I'm different than most conservatives. I allow for the fact that we're all broken. We all have desires that may or may not be right in God's eyes, but they are what they are. And I'm sorry, Lara Shia. You're too valuable to just let go. I love you, and I know that people in here do as well. We care. You hear me always say, where have you been? Even if you can't read, you can hear us. You're cool. You've been one of the first ones here. You and Sam, Mob, you guys are the foundation of this damn channel. You're some of the building stones of this whole thing. Hi, Erica. How are you? Thank you for the loves. Hey, Mr. E-Rock. And Mr. E-Rock has also become a cornerstone as well. Colette, I've disagreed with her, but she's solid. She's good people. Hello, Sharon. Sharon! Oh my gosh, how are you? Larissia, Sharon's a sister, man. Black Pine. "5:14 Eastern Standard Time in the morning." Yep. I got to work today and tomorrow and then 4-day weekend. Praise God. Well, you know what? This channel's a teaching moment for me. It is. I'm in need of God's grace every day. Some of you give me a lot of compliments. I can't handle that. I've got lots of flaws. Trust me, the trolls tell me them every day. Dresses like a girl. I don't like it when somebody calls me a hypocrite. That I take personally. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm bona fide real. It's not hypocritical for me to question somebody. It's not. Hey, breaking the matrix. Antifa Quifa, because somebody said YouTube's changing the IDs. And at first I doubted it because it was Child of God, Child of the King was going on about that. But apparently it's true. I didn't believe it. And you're right, breaking. It's a process. That's right, Erica. There was an old song. Well, it's not a hymn, but it's a song. It was real big in the 80s. You don't hear it anymore. People need the Lord. And we do. Even as a Christian, we need the Lord. Really, Colette, is that why they've done it? Mr. E-Rock, how are you doing? I'm glad to see you. Larisha, if you were here, I'd give you a big old red-headed hug. And I'd hold you so dang tight. And we just stand there just rocking hard and just hug you tight. Really? Interesting, Sea Pickle. I didn't know that. Thank you, Black Pint. You don't need to apologize. You have family up there, man. I am not slighted by that at all. Yep, I figured that up. I figured that out. If it's considered what kids would look up. Yeah, Gerald. He come in the other day, Ja Chaco. I'm like, what the hell did they do to his name? Well, things are changing because of the children. They're all over the internet. And now what's happening is all kinds of censorship. But meanwhile, Facebook's got reels where girls are scantily clad underage, basically giving soft porn, and they're not doing a thing about it. But they shut my page down because it violated the community standards. I still don't know what I did. And I just said, bye, Facebook. Bye, Felicia. I'm done. That's right, kitty cat. I need him. I don't always walk in a way that pleases him, or talk, or think. My thoughts are pornographic every morning. My lust is right there. I'm honest about it. And that's the problem. People beat up on people for being honest. Don't do that. Because then they learn to lie. Then you're shocked when you find out they're doing something. Well, you didn't let them be honest. Yeah, there is more than soft porn. Absolutely. Some of the adult females that come in my room and flirt with me, I wouldn't mind seeing them on a reel with no shirt on. That'd be fun. Just being honest. What is 5D, Black Pint? Educate me on that. Thank you, GLG. Because it was such a process, Fox. I talked about that a while ago, and it's such a process. And then they can shut your channel down. I said, forget it. 40% of what you donate to this channel under monetization goes to YouTube. I don't think that's fair. I'm cheap. If somebody donates me $10, I should get the $10, not YouTube a portion. So that's why I do Cash App. Cash tag Pacific Ocean Asia 77. If anybody feels so inclined. I just decided to do it personally. People that want to donate have the option or the prerogative, and if they don't, they don't. Nobody's banned from the channel. Nobody, I notice all the big boys out there now. If you want to leave a comment, you have to have a membership. I don't like that. I don't like that. There's something egotistical about that. If people want to donate, they should be able to do so on free will. But now you're going to charge for memberships and stuff. And I could do that. David Baldo, he does that, and that's good. I like David. I respect him. You guys don't know him. He came on the channel, and he's out in New Jersey. He's friends with Bridge, and he taught me some things. I choose to go a different route. In other words, I leave it up to God. If God wants me to be blessed, God can make that happen. Somebody could literally come on here and say, you know what? I can't donate through Cash App. I want to give you a big chunk of change or nothing at all. And it's neat when you leave yourself in the hand of God and you don't manipulate it and just say, let him do it. Larcia, have a good evening. And rest in this. You're one of us. Don't be a stranger. All right? We need you. Gosh, this material feels so sexy on my nipples. Now I wonder why. Now I know why women wear satin bras. It must be somewhat provocative to them. Yes, men have sensitive nipples too. Hello, Mama. Kisses and squishes. All right. Let's get squishy and kissy. I wish so bad there was a way to turn it on where all of us could get on and talk. I wish they had that feature where I could hit microphone and somebody could come in and it locks it so they can say what they need to say. But if they're being awful, I can unlock it and turn off their mic. I wish we had that option. So, like one of you could say, so Mike, I have a question. And they ask me, they go off, and then I answer. Now, that would be awesome. Thank you, Say It. I appreciate that. And I love compliments. I'm guilty as charged. It's not a dress, Say It. It's actually look. It's just a top. I mean, if I didn't have my sweatpants on, yeah, my underoos would be showing. What is FDJT, Mr. Rob? See, Colette, that stuff all stresses me out. Another layer of stuff to figure out. I just leave it. People can donate through the Cash App. That's pretty much told me where we're at. Well, you'll have to message me in Discord on that one, if you're okay with that. Kitty, I love satin clothes. I envy women. Like, why do women get all the good clothes? Why? Wasn't it a Salvation Army person from a long time ago say, why does the devil get all the good music? If something can be defined as good, I'm not talking about this woke generation. If something can be defined as good, it has to come from God. I got a crumb on my chest. Sometimes I say it and spray it. I don't know why. Is there a hole in my teeth? Is there really, Colette? I didn't know that. Well, you know what? I guess there are. I haven't seen them too much this side of the world. What is Trump is a G? Doggy, how are you? You know what? And I want to say a praise here. I know Lara Sheil went off to sleep, but that's the only time we've had a skirmish. That's pretty good. And when you have unity and love, you're going to have that. But that's the first time we've really ever had between moderators and I think we cleaned it up the proper way. Hello, Star Watch. I always wake up early. Always. Did he really, Colette? I didn't know that. Hello, all things. Well, that's good. That's good, all things. We need more people out there speaking the truth of God. That's always a plus. Be a mouthpiece for God. Yeah, but I don't know if I want the worm, Star. Who wants to eat a worm? The bird does. I flip the bird, but I'm not a bird. Well, thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. Because people never know what I'm going to do. Just like when I go to the closet and change it up again. You know, I'm too sexy for my shirt. It's fun. Oh my gosh. Now I know why women take their shirts off from the top down. Sometimes I can't get it back up over my head. The struggles of women's wear is real. I appreciate you, ladies, because I've done what I've done. I appreciate you. The struggle is real. It really is. It really, really is. Oh, yes, it is real. Everything about you tells me I'm your man. One look from you, I drift away. I pray that you are here to stay. Anything you want, you got it. Anything you need, you got it. Anything at all. Wow. And then when you get it all, wow, I'll tell you what, it is a challenge. See, I would never want to be a woman because the time they take in the bathroom is too much. It's just too much for me. Too much. Man, these body sprays are awesome. They make me smell so good. This one is different, but I like it. It's not my favorite color, but it looks okay on me. It's kind of funny. It's kind of got that built-in bra thing going on, which is different. But I like it. And I don't. You know, people think I wear this out there. Some of this I don't. One, because I think society would be a little too rough for that. But I like it. It's sexy. I don't play any instruments. I should get a harmonica. You don't see those anymore. You're a minion, Gabe? Sharon, how are you doing? It's so good to see your beautiful face. There's a doc out behind the screen. He plays the skin flute. That's like Mob with his douche flute. I love that. Mob, I know you're listening. Thank you. That is awesome. Referring to one of my dearest stalking trolls. He called him a douche flute. That is a Mob original. I've never heard that in my life. Thank you. The skin flute. I remember the Hispanic ladies at Denver schools. A group of them were sitting at the table in the break room at transportation, and the girls were talking about what they were eating for dinner, and one said, I'm having tube steak. I said, tube steak? What's that? Come on, Mike, you don't know what tube steak is? I said, no, ma'am. And she looked at me and spelled out D-I-C-K. I said, oh, gosh. How did I know the vernacular? Because I just like to do that. Getting ready for work. Yeah, I have 2 days and then I'm off. Hot dogs. Black Pine, it's good to see you. I'm glad you show up. No, it's Thursday. It's always Thursday in the U.S. I think it's the last Thursday of November. I don't do anything because I have nothing here. It's just another day off and alone for me. If the weather's nice, I'll work on house projects. But no, I don't fix feast and all that. I don't like turkey. It makes me sick for some reason. But for those of you that have family and friends, go be with them. And I was invited by Mr. and Mrs. E-Rock. I didn't go because I have a truck that, by the way, Mr. E-Rock, the check engine light went off when I changed the battery. Being unemployed for 2 months. was a loss. And I've got things I need to address with the truck, but I'm done going to my shop. It's just gotten so ridiculous. You take a vehicle to the shop today and they want to gouge you. So there's a guy at work. He's a whole lot cheaper, and he's ASE certified, and I'm going to try to change the blender motor myself, but I'd put it off because I don't feel like doing it. I'd rather work on my house than work on the truck. It's a pain in the butt to work on new stuff. Chicken is good. You know what I like? Black Pine is, or Sharon is, Cornish game hens are good. I do warehouse. My plans, cute kitty, are nothing. All things I do that from time to time. If it's okay, can I ask everybody, state your age and where you're from, if you don't mind. Age, location. ASL, age, sex, location. When I used to be in Yahoo Chat, the India guys would be pissed about that. Where are you from? How old are you? I'd say 960 from womb. Where is womb? You've never heard of womb? No. Where is that? My mother's tummy. People get so bad in that messenger and PM personal, and they'd send you a thing and they go boing and make this noise. I had to learn to turn all those off. Oh my gosh. $33 mass. $42 Greenville, South Carolina. Whoop, whoop. Hey, my supervisor's a Tar Heels fan. Mr. E-Rock. Yes, Colette. I'm from womb. Where womb? Where is that? I remember one guy messaged me, he said, open pant. P-A-N-T. I said, open pant? Yeah, do it now. I said, I'm a guy. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. He kept pinging me. I said, man, I'm going to give this guy a moment he'll never forget. I pulled my pants down and my undies, faced the cam, pulled my butt cheeks apart, and hit cam. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You man. I said, yeah, you stupid. You don't believe me? Now you believe me. Get out of here. I was so bad back then. 49 in Florida, or Illinois. That's right. I was in Minnesota years ago. I left Minnesota for the last time, 2008. The young ones. Greenbow, Alabama. What is New Philadelphia? I've never heard of that. And that's good you get to be with your mom. Michael will most likely be airing a video Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day for those that aren't with family and need a place to have community. Hey, Bradley, how are you? Oh, that's right, Alabama. It's not a dress, it's just a top. I like it. I like wearing some women's tops because they feel good and they're cheaper than men's clothes. And I'm in the South where it's warm, so, and I think I can get away with it. I think I can rock it. I just like it. Whose family ever? I don't do it either, Colette. So right on, it'll be good to see you. I do believe in the hymns, though. Silent Night, Little Town of Bethlehem. I believe in that. That was good music. I'm shocked at my church, though. Long hair's a sin. Square dancing's a sin. Our pastor believes you should be there every time the church doors are open. Not Sunday, but Wednesday, Thursday, all the times. I said, but Pastor, I work for a living and I'm tired and I can't. He believes that I should put God first. And I said, well, I do. I come Sunday morning, but I'm not going Sunday night. By the time I get out of there, it's 9 or whatever, and I'm tired and I need to go to bed. But they're going to go do Christmas caroling and sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He said it. I'm just like, the dichotomy of Southerners. Square dancing is wrong. Long hair is a sin. But now we're going to sing pagan Christmas carols. Why? I'm confused about that. Yeah. He told a story this weekend that there was a woman who was excommunicated from the church. Google's sake, just got Googled out the door. I like that search engine. Thank you, doggy. Geometrics. Ever, you're so damn cryptic. Geometric shape dancing. Are you geometric? Are you geometric? This is a story about geometric dancing. There was a lady a long time ago. Went down to the barn to have a hoedown. Not whore, but hoedown. Square dance. She was promptly excommunicated on Sunday morning from the local church. The pastor said, we can't have folk like you in here. The lady went home, hung her face in shame. And God came down in his Shekinah glory and said, girl, get up and dance and praise my name. Oh, yeah! What is up with people and dancing? I admit I dance sensually. Shouldn't do it, but I love it. The frozen chosen is the problem of so many in the church, baptized in lemon juice. We should have joy inexpressible to be who we are. And if people can riot and people can carjack and people can have no shame in doing the horrible demonic stuff they do, then why are we so scared to cut loose? I lived my whole life being afraid. Oh, my glasses were thick. My hair was too short. It was too long. I looked like a geek. I looked like a nerd. I looked like this. Really? Because of these. And now I cut loose and I get all the hatred. Why are you wearing a woman's top? Because I got tired of all the rules. That's why. I got sick of all the prohibitions. Prohibition didn't work, did it? And it doesn't with us as Christians. But we pretend, we try. And you know what? It says when the sun sets you free. Not the sun in the sky. Sun, S-O-N. You shall be free indeed. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. There's nowhere in the Bible that says dancing is a sin. Find it. Show me the verse. Is that in first or second opinions? And I love my pastor. And I respect him. I don't bring up these issues. I notice we don't have communion on Sunday morning. I'm not sure why. It says, as often as you eat of this bread and drink of this cup, you proclaim the death. And I thought, he probably does it on a Sunday night. I wonder if he has one of those members-only communions. I was at a church like that. If you're not a member of that church, you don't get to partake. Where does it say that in the Bible? If you're a member of the Christian Church Universal, you have a right to the cup and the bread, which are symbolic. They're symbol of what Christ did on the cross. We don't eat his body and drink his blood. We acknowledge what he did for us. And we do this until he comes again, because when we go to the marriage supper of the Lamb, people make jokes about that. They picture this long, long table. Could you just see that? I'm at the other end. Christ is a million miles down at the other end. And E-Rock's over there looking at me. Mike, it's pretty cool up here, isn't it? Yeah, E-Rock. Hey, pass me some of that stuff. What is that? I don't know, but it's good. Hi, Chris. Exercise for the body. And you know what? That's one of the things I appreciate about black women. I know I criticize Cardi B and a lot of that. I don't like that. But if you look at black women and you look at Filipinos and you look at women that are where the sun is warmer, you notice something? You can draw a geographical line from north of the equator to south of the equator, and you find something very stark. My race of people, especially in the northern, Moscow, Russia, Scandinavia, way up north, they're like this because they're frozen. The further south you get, everybody dance now. Why is it that it's a sin? Some people are more expressive. We're back to diversity again, aren't we? God didn't make us all to be alike. There's a place for the reserved stoic. It's up there in the icebox parts of the world. You're so cold you haven't thawed out yet. Dancing to you, you couldn't do it because it's too cold. And people like that will look down on people like me. I lived in northern Minnesota. They think everybody from outside of Minnesota is a moron. Yep, I ran into people up there that actually believe that. If you notice, all the news broadcasts sound like Minnesota. I said, no, they don't. People believe dirty, dirty little lies. What is diversity? Me being not just like you. So we go to church, and the church, especially down here, let's say it, folks. It's a box. This is what we do to people. Are you in my box? Because if you're not part of me. Have you ever scuba dived? I haven't, but have you ever seen pictures of people that scuba dive? Have you ever looked? Go to Bermuda, go to where the ocean is turquoise, and you go underneath with a little snorkel. You know what you see down there? Diversity and color. Gosh, this feels so sexy. My cleavage is showing. I love this. Looks like I got moves. That's kind of hot. Why is it that people are afraid of things that they don't understand? It's like if you didn't know about a rhinoceros beetle, it'll scare the crap out of you. It's scary looking. All that is a mask. That beetle won't do anything to you. That beetle's about getting its food and moving on. But somebody doesn't understand, sees it, and trying to kill it. And that's what we do with people. Somebody will see a black woman in love with her body, expressing, and they go, what the hell's she doing? She's praising her creator and the body that God gave her, and she happens to express it different than you. What's your problem? You want to be the frozen chosen? Oh, we don't do that. You must not be from around here. Damn straight, Skippy. I lived in Minnesota. I've lived in cultural extremes. This is one too. I don't agree with everything about black culture, especially a lot of their thinking. But I love a black woman who can express. I liked it when I walked into a store and the black clerk says, "Well, hello, gorgeous." They're not afraid. A white woman at a cashier is never in the US going to say, "Well, hey, gorgeous." Black women have a freedom that a lot of whites don't. And I appreciate factors in every race. If you could just bring them all together, it makes a whole. But instead, our media and a certain political party divides and conquers and keeps us at each other's throats. Why is that? Hey, fat, how are you? Mama, oh, mama, don't you leave us now. You have a good day, mama. I appreciate aspects of cultures different than my own. I've gained something from all of them. The Filipinos and their carefreeness and their love for sweet love songs, their cute little outfits. Filipino women dress so cute. I love certain aspects about black women, not the ugly side of it. Not the gain weight, don't shave your armpits, all whites are bad, and racism, and I went through slavery. No, you didn't. That stuff is off putting. But you know what's beautiful? Is when a Scandinavian man is free by the blood of Jesus. When a black woman's free by the blood of Jesus. When a Filipino knows Jesus. When Michael Nelson knows Jesus, because guess what? We express ourselves. And the world and even other Christians go, "What are you doing? Not being just like you." But why? Because I don't want to. What is the definition of diversity? Being uniquely you. Didn't Mr. Rogers say it? There's only one you. Farrell and Farrell had a song, 1980s Christian band. People in a box, TV personality, people in a box. Boy, is that the truth today? Do you go to Starbucks, buy SUVs, and love your doggy? Do none of the above. What? What's wrong with you? No, what's wrong with you? Bought and owned by Starbucks, PetSmart, and Land Rover. Congratulations. There's no mystique here. Won't you be my neighbor? If you could read my mind, love, what a story my thoughts would tell. Hey, fat, are you still in the house? Diversity is not defined by a race. It is not defined by the Democrat Party. It is not defined by a pastor of a church. Diversity is exactly that. God made a fingerprint on me that nobody else has. And we watch our society. Bible says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Do not be conformed to the patterns of this world. And people say, well, Mike, dancing and wearing a woman's top, to you it is. And I will tell you this, most men don't look good in woman's clothing, and they shouldn't do it. They look downright embarrassing. And I think people, if they're curious about something within reason, should explore it. I wouldn't encourage anybody to take a trip into sin. If something's doubtful for you, then it's dirty and wrong for you. Well, now, I'm not going to support that one. I don't agree with Trump derangement syndrome, but we have term limits and they are for all of them. But term limits need to be done for the House and Senate. Why that is not a push by anybody, including this administration, is beyond me. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's right. There's some people that think I'm hideous looking. That's okay. I know who I am. Federal judges. Did you see the federal judge that blocked and tossed out the Letitia James and the Comey case? Probably a Democrat. Those two needed to be prosecuted. They did wrong. Federal judges have become rogue and renegade, and I got a problem with that. They're partisan politics. They're not judging fairly. And God has something to say about false scales. Hey, Sky, turn out the lights. Yeah, there's some guys that'll have sex with somebody if they turn off the lights. If I have to turn out the lights on a woman, then yeah, no. How are you? Turn down the music. No, turn down the lights, turn up the music. I love seeing my woman absolutely fat. I'm all right, and welcome to chat. Something for everybody in here, Sky's Tax. You won't see chat like this. No, I don't think you are. Some people come in and get initial shock syndrome. Why is he wearing a woman's top? Because I like it. It's fun. Welcome to diversity, folks. Yes, I like to look at my woman. I don't have one, but I like to look at her body and study it with my eyes and my fingers. That's the fun of it all. Dark is fun too, especially when the moonlight comes in and accents certain features on her. Boy, her nipples stand at attention in the moonlight. I love it. I could be a provocative story writer. I've thought about putting this on Must Be 18 mode and just doing some provocative storytelling about what I had written about the My Guru, but I thought, too many people have a problem with that. Probably better not. It's pretty racy. Song of Solomon was pretty racy and pornographic too, and most people don't realize that. Your breasts are like towers. Now, what do you think's going on there? Thank you, Fat. Sky Stacks, can I ask where you from? Thank you, Black. I appreciate that. I like it. I like the feel of it. I know it's got the built-in bra thing going on. Look at that. Looks like I got something. Absolutely, Fat. It is comfy. It's very, and that's another reason I wear it. I'm in my house. I'm guilty. And this will cause all kinds of consternation, but this is a picture. I love this. That's a picture of two women in bras. If I can get that. It's not pornographic. I love that. I like erotic art. I like that two women can just, you're not going to see two men doing that. Everybody go, oh, that's gay. That's disgusting. But I think a woman's body is beautiful. And I love the way women can pose with each other. It's fascinating to me. Jesus does love me, and he loves me irregardless. Doggy, because you got snow going on up there. Hey, Solid Owl, how are you? Bras that don't fit? What do you mean, Colette? Yeah, the dark-skinned woman, you can tell the bra is probably a little bigger than her. Yes, fat. But I'm honest. And no one should be crucified for honesty. They were, Colette. I don't know what they were. You too, Matthew. Thanks for coming in. Favorite Bible verse? I don't have a specific one. I like a lot of them. A lot. John 3:16 is the most well known. Hey, that's good. You got that love for her, man. It's 6:00 a.m. and I have got to leave. Absolutely. Absolutely. People hating and shooting somebody because they disagree. The young generation. Why do you think you got freedom to say whatever you want, but nobody else does? And when you don't like what they say, you're going to just kill them. I don't care what planet you're from. That ain't right. That goes for even, I can't stand the Democrats and their false beliefs, but I don't believe in shooting them. Jeremiah 33:3, yes, that's a good one. Oh, yeah, 125 out west and a miscarried child in heaven. From one of my sordid affairs in Hong Kong. Folks, I better go. But thank you for coming to chat. It's been fun. I hope everybody has a good day, good evening, wherever you are. Fat, thanks for coming in. It was. Love you guys too. And everybody, thank you. You too, Erica. And we'll see you again, Lord willing. See you all.